Hi everyone! In this video, we will find compound interest. $12,000 is borrowed with an interest of 15.2% compounded semi-annually. What is the total amount of money needed to pay it back in 4 years, rounded to the nearest dollar? Before we get started, let's write down our compound interest formula. This is A of t, or the amount final in terms of time, equals P, this is the principal amount, times the quantity 1 plus R over N, R standing for the rate that it's compounded, and N is the number of times it's compounded in a year, raised to the N times T. N, again, the number of compounds in a year, and T, the number of years. Now we can go ahead and take this formula and plug in what we do know. We were given $12,000 as the starting point. This is the principal. Borrowed with an interest of 15.2%, compounded semi-annually. 15.2% should be changed to a decimal so that we can calculate with it. To do that, we move the decimal place to the left 2 place values, 1, 2, making this 0.152. And this is what we'll put in for the rate, R, and N is the number of times it compounds per year. This is semi-annually, so this means twice a year. So this is a 2, and this goes into our equation for N. And then the last thing we know is that we're looking for the amount of money that needs to be paid back in 4 years. So this goes in for T. So we'll substitute all of that in, giving us A of T equals the principal of $12,000 times the quantity of 1 plus the rate, which we changed to a decimal, of 0.152 divided by the number of compounds per year. Semi-annually is 2, and then raising this to the N, which we just found is 2, so it'll be 2 times the number of years, which is 4. To type this into your calculator, we'll start with 12,000. Then to multiply this by the parenthesis, we'll type in a parenthesis, 1 plus, then we'll type in 0.152, and then the division sign of 2, close your parenthesis. Now some are wondering why we don't put parentheses around the fraction in here. You can do that. It is a little redundant because our calculators, a graphing calculator knows the order of operations, so it will divide before it adds that to the 1. Then we need to raise this with a caret to the 2 times 4. Now if we just put 2 and then times 4, it will raise this all to the 2 and then multiply everything by 4. So we need to make sure that all of those, the 2 and the 4, are in parentheses, thus making sure that that entire 8, 2 times 4 makes 8, is the exponent. Plugging that into our graphing calculator and pressing enter gives us a total of 21,561.5. Now we're dealing with money, so we'll add on our label of money, and the 5, we can put a 0 to make it 50 cents. However, we were asked to round this to the nearest dollar, and so this 5 rounds our 1, which is the dollar, up to a 2, so this rounds to $21,562. And now we've answered the $12,000 borrowed at an interest of 15.2%, compounded semi-annually, will give us a total amount of money after 4 years of $21,562.